Hello! Welcome back, once again, to the PolyNerdic Pro Wrestling Chel Raizer Invitational. It is a round-robin tournament, 20 women wrestlers facing off against each other, round-robin style, to determine the number one contender for the PolyNerdic Pro Wrestling Women's Heavyweight Belt, currently held by Io Shirai. But that may change before this tournament's over. Real quick, show you the rankings, the brackets here. You got A bracket, 5-way tie for first place between Tegan, Nox, Taeler, Hendrix. I know it's misspelled. Rhea, Ripley, Ivelisse, and Rosemary, with Alexa Bliss, Sarah Logan, Veda, Scott, Jordynne, Grace, and Sonya Deville bringing up the rear in A bracket. Same situation in B bracket. Ember, Moon, Becky, Lynch, B Priestley, Kelly, Klein, and Allie. 5-way tie for first place, with Asuka, Liv Morgan, Isla, Mandy, Rose, and Zelina, Vega bringing up the rear. We've only done one day of tournament, so that's why the scores are the way they are. As I said to close out day one, this stuff doesn't really start to get exciting and people don't pull away from the rest of the pack till about 3 or 4 days in. So this is going to be a 9-day tournament. This is day 2. We're doing this because the Sony network is being horrendously slow at installing the Division 2, which is what I wanted to stream today, but we're not doing that because of, the fact that it's been streaming for slightly more than 4 hours, and it allegedly has 6 hours more to go. So maybe I'll play it tonight before bed. Who the fuck knows at this point? So it's tournament time. Let's get into it. The first match of the day is slated to be Tegan Nox versus Sarah Logan. So Tegan already had a surprise victory with a headbutt over Alexa Bliss. Sarah Logan, on the other hand, lost to 2 red weddings from Rosemary in the first day. So let's see how day 2 goes for these women. Chel Raizer, of course, is my joking pet name, wrestler name, for my girlfriend Chelsea. She prefers Chel's Bells. I like Chel Raizer. So whenever I do wrestling related stuff with a character that's based on her, it's Chel Raizer, the namesake of this tournament, the referee in this tournament. As I said, it's round robin style. There'll be 10 matches on day 2, just like there was on day 1. And let's see where we are at the end of it. See if we have, more people. See if that 5-way ties for first place in each bracket loosens up a little bit and becomes a 2- or 3-way tie by the time the card's over. This is day 2 of 9 that is scheduled. Of course, any tiebreakers and stuff will have to be done on its own card, or could potentially be done on its own card, depending on how deep the tiebreakers are. If we end up with both brackets having a 4-way tie for first place, we'll have to do a day 10 to sort that out. So hopefully it doesn't come to that. I like to see, 1 tie is okay. 2 people in a tie situation is fine, but when it's multiple on both brackets, it's kind of a pain in the ass. Especially when I did a junior heavyweight tournament once. I think when I first got the game, to determine the junior heavyweight title holder, and it ended up being like a 3-way tie, and then because of the few number of matches, it could be wrong on the numbers of people, but it was something like a tie that led into another tie that had to be broken. So there was multiple steps of tie breaking, and I don't want that for this tournament. Of course, I have no control over that, since the AI is in control of everything here. Because I guarantee you, if I were in control of the match, Alexa Bliss would not have lost to just a headbutt. There would have been a proper finisher. Or at least a proper finishing sequence that could have ended in a roll-up of some sort, but not just a headbutt and a pinfall. That was silly. Not that I dislike Tegan Nox winning. I like Tegan Nox a lot. I started watching her as Nixon Lou when she wrestled for WCPW, and now the ref's bleeding after the bump from Tegan. Just as I was talking her up, talking about how much I enjoy her wrestling, she runs into what is the computer avatar of my girlfriend and busts her open. So that's what I get for speaking well of her. Oh, almost. Excuse me, I'm tweeting about this streak. Body drop. I'm getting the feeling Sarah Logan might be one of those ones that underperforms in this tournament. Chel's looks like she's got some red horns on her head from that blood. She'll be cleaned up and ready for the next match. Unwounded. I hope Tegan comes back from her knee injury. Fairly soon. Although Dakota Kai's hurt now too, so who knows if they'll come back together. The blood on her forehead really doesn't look like horns. Especially when she goes down for the pinfall. Maximize my desktop space here. Again with the... Well, at least this time she hit a Canadian Destroyer for the pinfall. It's better than a headbutt. So Tegan pulls into the lead with 10 points. Got herself 10 points in these early stages of the tournament. I'm not sure if Tegan uses a Canadian Destroyer in real life, but she's used it to great effect here. Okay, let's see. Next match. Asuka versus Becky Lynch. Just jump right in. Let's not waste any time. Get a couple days of this tournament done, and then we'll shut her down and see where the division download is. You know, odds are I'm not doing myself any favor by streaming. We'll try to download, but, you know, I don't want to be handicapped and handcuffed, if you will, by the limitations of Sony and or my internet connection. Like, the internet speed I'm paying for should be enough to have all this stuff handled pretty easily, but it consistently isn't. As with that last match, Tegan Knox has 2 victories, Sarah Logan has 0. Asuka versus Becky at the Royal Rumble was a pretty good match. For the life of me, I don't know what WWE is thinking with their current situation with the way that Charlotte and Becky are both on SmackDown and Raw. Like, I understand they're both the #1 contenders for Ronda's Women's Championship on Raw, but move them over to Raw then, but having them be on both shows. It's just like the NXT call-ups being on both shows all the time. It drives me nuts. Like, the brand split was fine. There was nothing wrong with the brand split, except for the fact that Raw was very bland. You know, and it still is for the most part. Like, I don't watch it, but when I read the recaps, it's like, this is a lot of the same shit every week. Very formulaic, very irritating, very bland. SmackDown was doing good for the most part, so like I don't know what they're doing. I mean, I still enjoy it. I still watch the hell out of it, but the whole thing they're doing doesn't always make sense. Getting the better of Becky. Coming in and taking on Asuka. What the hell? Ember, you already wrestled Asuka. after you already beat her. Go away. Weird heel action by Ember. Just doesn't want Asuka to be on the same tier as her, I guess. Oh. That Miko Satomura, or however you pronounce her name, she's coming after Becky. Satomura's not even in this tournament. I love the randomness of the run-ins. Like the time there was a junior heavyweight title match and Sting ran out to beat up Ricochet. Like, that makes no sense. I also have another single elimination 32-man steel cage tournament lined up for probably April. I didn't do qualifying matches for it. I just went down the roster and selected 16 New Japan guys and 16 guys from elsewhere around the world, and then did the name out of a hat thing to determine the brackets for that tournament. Oh, this armor. Asuka loses a kid. Becky Lynch moving up to the 10-point level. This next match is a match I'd love to see in real life too. As I said, I try to book these shows with the intent of making it something that I would want to see personally. Alexa Bliss versus Veda Scott is a match I would love to see personally. You know, a lot of people of late have been shitting on Alexa, saying she's worthless, doing everything she can to stay relevant with the Moment of Bliss stuff and all that. A, I like the Moment of Bliss segments when I check them out online. And B, like, yes, she's not on Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair, Asuka's level as a performer, but she's also far, far, far better than what we used to have in the WWE as women's wrestlers. You know, I will watch a million Alexa Bliss matches before I'll sit down and watch a single Kelly match. No offense to Kelly. I just didn't like that era at all. You know, the era of the 3-minute bathroom break women's title matches and shit. And it's just like the discussion of the Attitude Era, borderline smutty wrestling. Like, I'm a grown man, heterosexual grown man at that. I enjoy beautiful women as much as the next heterosexual male. I also like them to wrestle well. Like, the women can be sexy and wrestle well. You know, it doesn't have to be either or. You know, I don't understand why people seem to act like it has to be one or the other. Like, do we need to see, you know, what they call the bra and panties matches, or the bits where they wrestle in the pudding in the kiddie pool? No. But women can also be beautiful and athletic. Like, it's not an either or proposition. That's what I like about now. You know, there's so many different looks and attitudes and personas in women's wrestling right now, and it's amazing. And there's so many different talented women. I don't know where I was going with that. I lost the thread about halfway through. I just think it's possible to have both, you know. And yes, while Alexa Bliss isn't Charlotte Flair, she's not horrible to watch in the ring. She has good matches. She has bad matches too. Like, you know, her and Bayley at Extreme Rules a couple years ago wasn't great. Finish. She actually said the word finish on her finisher.
1, 2.
Polite claps. Polite claps from the audience. Nice spear. Part of me is really glad that I don't bother to watch the weekly shows and I only check the recaps, because I think if I tried to watch Monday Night Raw and SmackDown and NXT and NXT UK and occasionally 205 Live and check out what's going on Impact and try to follow Ring of Honor and watch the 800 things that New Japan puts out, I think I'd be overwhelmed. Double knee drop. Northern Lights by Veda. Thought that might be it. The fact that they programmed her to say the word finish and she gets a finisher. Nice standing moonsault. Kind of came out of nowhere. Bliss had been getting beat on for a while. So Alexa Bliss gets herself 5 points. So she at least gets a single victory in the tournament. Veda is 0-2. This early stage of the show. Another half right. It's supposed to be Ember Moon versus B Priestley. That's what I have as the next match. So that's what we're doing. Learned several tournaments ago you cannot trust Fire Pro to do it right. Eventually Fire Pro will select the wrong match if you're trying to do it so that everybody wrestles once per day, if you will. Getting a victory over Asuka on day one, and B Priestley, I think, beat Mandy Rose on day one. So both these two have got a victory. Whoever wins here will move up into a tie with Becky Lynch. Pretty sure A bracket is all Tegan Knox right now. She's the only one. 10 points. Nice kick. Nice weird mount into a spine buster type move. Again, this is not my current version of B. I have a newer version of it that looks better. This is just the version that got into this tournament before I saved it. Pretty solid Ember Moon. I just think the Eclipse looks bad, but we can't, get it 100% right. Be an odd finish. Not that this tournament hasn't already seen plenty of them.
Come on. Come on.
Figure four. Wow, bridging figure four. Well, Charlotte action. Close. I don't know who I'm pulling for here. Normally I have a personal bias in every match.
Okay,
I'd say that's what she beat Mandy Rose with, is that very move. Oh, a blockbuster hold. Sleep. These must have some big moves. Oh, that's a hell of a finish. I enjoyed that match. So B moves up. Do a tie with Becky. See, we're getting a lot of the A bracket losers facing off against each other. Because the next match is Jordynne Grace versus Ivelisse, and they both lost on day one. This will be the midpoint of the show right here too, since we do 10 a show.
Fight.
We haven't seen these two wrestle for real. I know I saw Jordynne Grace and Veda Scott wrestle once before. Pretty sure I've seen Jordynne Grace and Ivelisse go at it though. Some random YouTube wrestling thing. sure if Ivelisse is actually taller than Jordynne Grace, though. I think that's inverted. Ivelisse looks like a smaller woman than Jordynne, height-wise especially. No, you know what? I was wrong. Ivelisse won her match. Because she won with that move. Exchanging the near falls. After near fall. Pretty awesome. Should we finish her this time? Yep. Ivelisse moves herself into a tie for first place with Tegan. Liv Morgan versus there we are. We're gonna do this match next. Liv Morgan versus Zelina Vega. gonna step away for a second real quick.
One.
Alright, apologies for that. I've been dealing with this allergy situation, so I've been drinking a lot of fluid, taking allergy medicine, and it has led to nature being a very persistent caller today. So I wasn't going to be able to make it through another 4 or 5 matches to use the restroom, so I apologize. I really don't know how the real broadcasters do it, where they sit for an eternity without getting in front of the desk. WrestleMania, where it's like 8 hours long and them sitting at the desk talking. I don't know how they do it. Oh, just like that. Liv Morgan gets the win. That doesn't happen often on TV or in here. She loses pretty frequently on my little shows. Live with the win. Jersey Codebreaker. Up next should be Sonya Deville versus Rhea Ripley. Ripley got the win on Jordynne Grace last time. Sonya Deville. She lost to Taeler Hendrix. So
Fight.
Sonya Deville comes out swinging. Missed right away though. Takes Rhea down. Takes me out again. I'm on her with the punches. I still say Sonya's got a lot of potential. She's got big upside. They utilize her properly. Quit making her Mandy Rose's flunky. Nice armbar. There's that wheel clutch that she beat Jordynne Grace with. Tried it again. Not learning about the ropes being there, apparently. Excuse me. Go to sleep. Let's go to top rope. Have a cross body. Rhea with the victory. Unexpected way for that match to end, but I'll take it. This match is Isla Dawn versus Allie. Once again, just like on day one, point out that much like B. Priestley, Allie is another older character model. I have an updated one that matches the current look of the how she is on TV: brown hair, purple tights, face paint. Did you see Isla Dawn punch her in the junk? Yep. A badge punch. The model that I'm not using is more like the one that's currently involved in the storyline with Sue Young and Rosemary. I need to find an updated Rosemary because my Rosemary's not the most up-to-date one either. There is one available. updated Rosemary. Yeah, we kind of do. Bad radio, bad television as I talk to you about things that you can't see. As I often do while live streaming PolyNerdic Pro Wrestling. I am watching streams of recent live wrestling shows, in this case the New Japan Cup. Fantastic stuff. Allie with the victory off the code breaker. Poor Isla. I like Isla so much, and she's just not having a good run in this tournament so far. All right. Hey, it brought me to the right match. That almost never happens, except for 2 or 3 times a show. Rosemary versus Taeler Hendrix. The misspelled Taeler Hendrix, I'm aware. On day 1, Rosemary put away Sarah Logan with 2 red weddings, and Taeler Hendrix defeated Sonya Deville. Finisher, I don't recall. I think it was one of the ones I missed. I happened to look away prior to the finish happening. Another match I wouldn't mind seeing. I think these people put on a good show. That was a nice combination there by Rosemary. The twisting complete shot into a deadlift German suplex. That was pretty good. an elbow drop. A nice suplex. Too bad they're in the ropes. This is one of those ones where I don't really have any personal bias because I like both these wrestlers. Oh, she missed at her. And then missed running at her. 2 different times of missed. Oh, red wedding. It's gonna be enough. And the slam. Hit her with another red wedding. See if you can put her away. Nope. Step up heel kick. Kick. Nice finisher, I think. I wonder if that was the face smash that she won with in the last match. Takes 2. Oh, got a second one. Little tombstone. Third red wedding. Fourth. Just finisher after finisher after finisher. Took 4 red weddings to put down Taeler Hendrix. Something. That was better than a 79. And the main event of day 2, the final match, if you will. I hate to call it the main event. Mandy Rose versus Kelly Klein to round out day 2's action. See where it takes us. as I said in the last broadcast, Kelly Klein, booked from Cincinnati, makes her hometown girl.
One.
Nice clothesline by Klein. Quick. Kelly Klein putting away Mandy Rose in less than 4 minutes.
One, two.
Stretch.
One, two, three.
Just like that, man. Just put her away. Kelly Klein's on a roll. Stop that music real quick. Kelly Klein absolutely on a roll. Take a look at our rankings after 2 days of action here. A lot of victories down there in the lower right hand corner. Rankings. We got a 4-way tie now for first place in the A bracket, as Knox, Ripley, Ivelisse, and Rosemary all have knocked 2 victories. Bliss has 1, Hendrix has 1, Logan, Scott, Grace, and Deville bringing up the rear. Same situation over here in the B bracket, 4-way tie. Lynch, Priestley, Klein, and Allie, with Ember and Liv in 2nd place, or 5th place as it lists it. And Asuka, Isla, Mandy, and Zelina bringing up the rear. Like I said at the start, this stuff doesn't start to get truly interesting till we're several days in. But this has been day 2 of the Chel Raizer Invitational here on PolyNerdic Pro Wrestling. I'm going to take a break and see if I can't get Division to download a little faster, because I don't want to wait till 7 o'clock tonight to play it. So I'm going to take a break, see where it's at, and then decide what I'm doing after that. If you're watching this after it's been put up on YouTube, you know, I'm going to tell you, this was days ago at this point. Thank you for watching, though, and we'll be back with day 3, day 4, and so on of the Chel Raizer Invitational to determine the #1 contender for the PNPW Women's title. We'll see where this tournament takes us. These tournaments are always interesting in one way or the other, due to the way that, certain people underperform, surprising people overperform, and then you end up with this crazy amount of, some people just take off and are undefeated all the way through, and then other people never win. And it's always interesting. It's always a surprise. And I'll thank you for watching. I'll see you next time here on